Hello movie enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we will explain the story of a great superhero movie of Ryan Reynolds named Green Lantern. So, without further ado, let's get started. 1,000,000,000 years ago, the film begins, depicting the reign of the universe of Guardians over the yet-to-be-created universe. Their power was derived from two rings. One fueled by willpower, brimming with infinite energy, and the other by fear, representing terror. Lacking control over fear, the Guardians divided the universe into 3,600 sectors and created the Green Lantern Corps. Their mission was to uphold order and protect the cosmos. During this time, they encountered a formidable threat known as Parallax. The Green Lantern named Abin Sur successfully imprisoned Parallax. Meanwhile, a spaceship carrying astronauts crashed on the same planet where Parallax was held captive. In the presence of the supervillain, the astronauts were overcome with fear, enabling Parallax to drain their energy and escape imprisonment. Fast forward to 1983, where a young boy named Hal Jordan is introduced. Hal's father, a military pilot, is called to test a new aircraft. Hal, admiring his father as a hero, witnesses the aircraft's engine malfunction. Despite his father's efforts, he tragically perishes in the crash. This event shapes Hal's perception of fear and heroism. Years later, Hal has become a test pilot at Ferris Aircraft. The company unveils two robotic aircraft, which Hal strongly opposes, believing that only human pilots can adequately control them. To prove his point, he challenges the robotic aircraft to a test flight. During the trial, Hal's aircraft ascends to high altitudes, causing the engine to fail due to low air pressure. Ignoring commands to return, Hal continues flying until the engine explodes. He narrowly escapes by parachuting out of the aircraft. As a consequence of the incident, Hal is fired from Ferris Aircraft, facing the taunts of his colleagues and the termination of his employment by his childhood friend, Carol. Meanwhile, Parallax, having freed himself, seeks out Abin Sur. Abin Sur's spaceship crashes on Earth's shores, and before succumbing to his injuries, he entrusts his power ring to Hal, instructing him to become the Green Lantern. Unaware of the significance, Hal leaves the crash site and returns home, where he attends his younger brother's birthday party. Unbeknownst to him, the ring's power chooses him as its bearer. Meanwhile, military forces discover Abin Sur's body and transport it to a secret government facility. A doctor and a scientist named Hector are assigned to conduct research on the body. As Hector examines the body, he inadvertently absorbs a fragment of Parallax's power unbeknownst to him. Hal, wearing the ring, attempts to activate its power by speaking before it, but is initially unsuccessful. Frustrated, he questions the purpose of his journey. However, the ring suddenly activates, enveloping him in a green light. In a hypnotic state, Hal recites the Green Lantern Oath, gaining access to the powers of the ring. The news of Hal becoming a Green Lantern reaches the Guardians' planet, and they summon him for further investigation. Hal arrives and undergoes research to understand why he was chosen. When he regains consciousness, he finds himself in the Green Lantern suite and meets a fish, like Green Lantern, who enlightens him about their history and the impending threat of Parallax. However, the Green Lantern leader doubts Hal's abilities and challenges him to prove himself. After a brutal defeat, Hal loses faith in himself and decides to quit. Meanwhile, Hector, a scientist who had come into contact with parallax powers, begins to transform and uses his newfound abilities to wreak havoc. Parallax attacks and kills most of the Green Lantern Corps, leaving only their leader alive. The leader informs the Guardians that Parallax has become more powerful than ever and suggests creating a fear-based ring to combat him. The Guardians reluctantly agree and forge a fear ring. The film shifts to a celebration at the aircraft company, where Hal and Hector attend. Hector, consumed by envy, causes a helicopter to crash, creating fear among the attendees. Hal dons his Green Lantern suit and saves the day, but his existence becomes more pronounced. Hector establishes contact with Parallax and is ordered to kill Hal. Hector, now driven by anger, fights Hal and reveals his plan to destroy the world. Hal manages to save his love interest, Carol, but Hector kills his own father and attacks the lab where Hal fights back. Parallax dismisses Hector as useless and absorbs his powers. Parallax heads toward Earth, growing stronger by absorbing energy from others. Hal confronts Parallax, but he is overpowered and taken to space. Remembering the lesson about the sun's attraction, Hal carries Parallax to the sun, where they engage in a final battle. With the help of the Green Lantern Corps, Hal defeats Parallax and is hailed as their new leader. Returning to Earth, Hal reconciles with Carol, and they share a passionate kiss. The world celebrates Hal's heroic victory over Parallax, and he is hailed as a true Green Lantern. Hal embraces his new role as the protector of the universe and dedicates himself to upholding peace and justice. He continues his training with the remaining members of the Green Lantern Corps and becomes a respected leader within their ranks. Meanwhile, the Guardians acknowledge their mistake in underestimating Hal and recognize his unwavering willpower and determination. They offer their full support and guidance to him, vowing to restore the strength and integrity of the Green Lantern Corps. With his newfound confidence and the backing of the Guardians, Hal sets out on a mission to rebuild the Corps and ensure that the universe remains safe from any threats. He travels to different sectors, recruiting new Green Lanterns and training them to harness their own willpower. As time passes, Hal becomes a symbol of hope and inspiration for countless beings across the universe. His adventures take him to distant planets, where he faces formidable enemies and encounters extraordinary allies. Through it all, he never wavers in his commitment to protect the innocent and uphold the values of the Green Lantern Corps. The film ends with Hal standing tall, surrounded by a united Green Lantern Corps, ready to face any challenge that comes their way. As the universe's greatest defenders, they stand as beacons of light against the forces of darkness, ensuring that peace and justice prevail throughout the cosmos. And so, the legend of the Green Lantern continues, with Hal Jordan leading the charge as the universe's most fearless and powerful protector. Please like and subscribe for our upcoming videos. Share your comment below. Thanks for watching. See you next.